Aisha and Brian had a total of 420 stamps. After Brian gave Aisha 50 of his stamps, he had 5 times as many stamps as Aisha. So how many stamps did Brian have at first? Okay, so guys, for this case, right, can you see that Brian give to Aisha? Okay, so whenever I've two person and they give to each other, right? Okay guys, no matter how many they give and no matter how many times they give, okay, in this case it's only Brian gave Aisha 50. They give only one time and give 50. So no matter how many times they give to each other, right, we call this the internal transfer. Internal transfer questions, right, is when the number of items, right, is we only give in between the people inside the group. So for such question, right, guys, the total is always constant. Okay, so can you see that the total is 420? So if the total is 420 at the beginning, after they give each other, right, okay, they have to have the same total at the end. So at the start, I don't know how the 420 stamps are shared between Aisha and Brian. But at the end, right, Brian had 5 times as many stamps as Aisha. So Brian and Aisha. Brian 5 units, Aisha 1 unit. Okay, and we know that altogether it will be 420. So of course this is after. Okay, so to find after is very straightforward. It's 6 units is 420. 1 unit will be 420 divided by 6, 70. Okay, and you want to find out how many stamps did Brian have at first. So Brian will be 5 units, right? 70 times 5, 350. Okay guys, if I know Brian had 350 stamps at the end, right? Okay, so how many stamps does Brian have before? Sorry, Brian. And as can you look at the question now, what happened to Brian's stamp? Brian gave Aisha 50 of his stamps. So at the end, Brian had 350, right? So to get back the number of stamps Brian have at first, right? If Brian gave away 50, we just have to give back Brian, then can have the stamps at first. So what I need to do is that we just take back the 50 stamps from Aisha and give it back to Brian. So that will be 350 plus 50. Brian has 400 stamps at first.